What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And as always, I invite you guys to like, to share, and to subscribe. And of course, when you subscribe, please hit the notification bell so you get all of the notices from when I drop these spectacular videos. And I always remind you guys, there's a super thanks feature on all of my videos. If you want to contribute to the channel, please feel free. It highlights your comment. I see it, and I respond to every highlighted comment that I see. So if you want to ask me some advice, relationship advice, financial advice, I know nothing about any of those things, so feel free. Yes. And of course, thank you for just being here, guys. I do appreciate that. Now listen, let me get into the topic of this video because this is something I actually saw a few days ago. And I just want to bounce this off you guys because this is like a very disturbing trend that I see kind of formulating. I see it, you know what I mean? I see it on the horizon. Something wicked this way comes. And I don't like the way this is shaping up. I really don't like how it feels. But I like your opinion on this, guys. Now, I need to say right up front, okay, you saw the thumbnail, you know what this is about. I never really watched The Flash on the CW. I mean, me and the CW just don't get along unless it's Superman and Lois. Yeah, I will, make an exception for Superman and Lois because Lana is fucking hot. But anyway, The Flash, all right? Apparently, there is this woman on The Flash named Candice Patton who is playing Iris, who was white in the comics, I believe. But anyway, she's been sounding off, and I've been seeing this. Like I said, I've been seeing this for the last couple of weeks, where she's just complaining, just always whining and bitching and just moaning. I mean, how many seasons is this show in? Why is this just now coming out that she is so unhappy after collecting all of this money that I'm assuming that she made, right? But anyway, she was talking about how miserable she was because of the toxic fans. Here we go again with the toxic fans. Why are these people so invested in just demonizing their fans? You know what I mean? Like, this is weird. I can understand if you want to say there are toxic people out there. There are some racists out there. There are some homophobic people out there. But why does it have to be fans? You know what I mean? I would assume that if they're fans, they wouldn't be toxic. Fans usually love you. You know what I mean? But anyway, it says here, Candice Patton wanted to leave The Flash in season 2 because of racist, misogynistic fans. The actor says that the CW and Warner Brothers TV didn't protect her from abuse and harassment. Okay, let's see where this is going, guys. I'm going to make the point later. Like, what exactly did they expect them to do about this, right? But anyway, when Candice Patton debuted as Iris West on The Flash in 2014, her groundbreaking casting pushed representation in comic book adaptations forward in massive ways, as her character was originally portrayed as white in the source material. But while the actor made history on screen, her experience off screen dealing with backlash from toxic and racist fans, in quotations, online, made her want to leave the series after only 2 seasons. In a new interview with the Open Up podcast, Patton detailed the extent of the abuse and harassment she received for playing Iris. It was hard in that aspect, the on-set aspect. I wanted to leave the show as early as season 2, she says. I remember being like, I can't do this. I'm not going to make it through. I'm severely unhappy. This is like the absolute opposite of, oh no, not I. I will survive. What happened to that? What happened to that type of spirit? You know what I mean? Now everybody is singing, I will not survive. I will not stay alive. Ha, 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 ha. Not staying alive. Not staying alive. You know what I mean? Where is the spirit? But she's saying, I was severely happy. I felt like I wasn't going to make it through. Patton said she felt a responsibility to create spaces for women of color. Would that be like parking spaces? Is that what we're talking about? Like she wanted women of color to have their own parking spaces? I don't know. She wanted to create spaces for women of color in the superhero genre, but her own well-being suffered as a result. She's like a martyr, this woman is. It's a dangerous place to be in when you're one of the first and you're facing backlash for it and there's no help, she says. Now people understand a little bit better now that I've died for the sins of the world. They understand how fans can be racist, especially in genre adaptations, and misogynistic. But at the time, it was kind of like, yeah, that's how fans are. But whatever. Look, you know, it just occurs to me, right? She's talking about how she is one of the first. Look, damn near 50 years ago, Nichelle Nichols did this in Star Trek. You know what I mean? And almost just about as many years ago would have been Eartha Kitt on Batman as Catwoman. You know, it's like they were the first, and they were doing this back in the 60s. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think by now we've all heard the story of Nichelle Nichols about how she was going to leave. She wanted to leave Star Trek, but that was because she wanted to do Broadway. You know, she was more into like the stage and everything. And of course, Martin Luther King came to her, as the story goes, and he said, "Nichelle, you will not leave this production because in the future, Nichelle, little black women and girls all over the world will want to be astronauts, Nichelle, because of you." You know, so he was just saying, it's like, you know, you want to be that role model, you know, and this, like I said, this was back in the 60s and everything. And of course, Nichelle Nichols, she stayed, and she had all types of comets named after her. And what was it? You know, she had the first black female astronaut was inspired by her. You know, she inspired all of these changes over like 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for her to be saying this now because of some online meanies is like, come on. It's like, I don't doubt that it's hurtful, you know, to see people being mean to you online, because after all, we've all had that experience. Like I said, I've had that experience too. I'm not trying to be insensitive to this type of thing, but I'm just saying, what happened to the spirit of so many black people? You know what I mean? Especially like black women, because I don't know if there's many black men out here who are like really like begging for protection, you know, from their employers. I mean, she's getting paid a lot of money. Hire some bodyguards, but how do you hire bodyguards from what you see online? You just don't sign on. You don't have accounts. Like, what do you expect people to do? You know, but it goes on to say, Patton claims that the CW and Warner Brothers TV, the network and studio behind The Flash, didn't properly protect her from the casting backlash. Even with the companies I was working with, the CW and WB, that was their way of handling it, she adds. We know better now that it's not okay to treat your talent that way and to let them go through this abuse and harassment. But for me, way back in 2014, there was no support systems. No one was looking out for that. It was just free range to get abused every single day. She acts like you just couldn't turn it off. You should talking about online abuse. As far as I know, when she was walking into the studio, nobody jumped her, right? Nobody beat her asses. I mean, that would be different if that was what was going on. You know what I mean? But she's talking about online abuse, really? And she wants to hold the studios accountable for that? There were no social media protocols in place to protect me, so they just let all that stuff sit there. She continues, it's just not enough to make me your lead female. See, these people like this are never satisfied. She says it's not enough to make her the lead female. It's not enough. You also have to protect her. You have to hold her hand through life. Since when? When? You know what I mean? What happened to, like, the strength of people? You know, what happened to black girl magic, you know, and all of this stuff? How? Why would you, like, this is I'm sorry, but this is a welfare mentality. And I mean, no disrespect, but I'm talking about, you know, people who sponge off of the system. You know what I mean? People who insist that you do something for them. Like, it's not enough that you made her the lead character. She also wants you, demands of you, to protect her from online meanies. This is preposterous, guys. Like I said, this is just my opinion. I just need you guys to tell me, do you see what I'm seeing here? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? Are you smelling what I'm smelling here? Because it smells to me like a whole lot of bullshit. She continues. It's just not enough to make me your lead female and say, look at us, we're so progressive, we checked the box. Uh-oh. It's great. but you put me in the ocean alone around sharks. It's great to be in the ocean, but I can get eaten alive out here. Welcome to Hollywood, right? Hooray for Hollywood. I think listen guys, one of the worst things that I ever saw in my life was the fall of Anna Nicole Smith. They gave that chick a reality show where everybody could watch her die. That's the way I saw it. Everyone could see this woman was crashing and burning, but nobody tried to help her. They made a joke out of her, stand up, every night on late night TV. She was the punchline of every joke. I was like, this is some evil shit. This is when I started knowing that Hollywood was like really, really dark, man. I knew that Hollywood, there was something wrong. There was something twisted because you could tell that woman was crashing and burning. The same thing with Whitney Houston, but I'm going with Anna Nicole Smith because guess what? She's not black. She was white, and people just watched her die and laughed at her as she was dying. I was afraid the same thing was going to happen to Britney Spears. You could see she was crashing and burning, but still, they gave her a reality show. Same thing. I'm glad that she survived. But listen, this is what Hollywood is. This is what show business is. She's talking about, you threw me out there with some sharks. What did you think was going to happen? When you get paid like this, and they bring you in, it's not for nothing. You're going to have to go through a lot of things. Like I said, hire your own security. I'm sure they're paying you enough. Hire some people. Shit, I'll do it. Hire me. I'll go online. I'll sign online to your accounts every day and delete all of the mean things. It's like when we do live streams, we have mods, right? It's like you have people who go in and they get rid of all the mean comments for you and everything like that. Everything that's distracting. It's that common knowledge, man. It's like, that's just what it is. So anyway, she says, that's why, she adds, there has to be people in positions of power who understand my experience and understand the black experience and the black female experience, who can say she needs protection. Anytime you hire a minority of any kind, you have to be prepared to protect them. No, God damn it, man. Listen. When you hire me, all right, I'm considered a minority, I think. I don't know. I might have lost that card a long time ago, right? Gladly. All right, but I don't expect anybody to protect me. What the fuck I look like? It's like you're an adult. Once again, this really disturbs me because we saw the same thing with Moses Ingram. You remember her? We saw the same thing with her. It's like they were talking about what you can do to protect this black woman. With Kelly Marie Tran, it was the same thing. What you can do to protect this poor Asian woman, or this poor woman, or this poor trans person. Since when? Since when do we beg people to protect us in our walk of life? You know what I mean? I could see if you're in an abusive relationship, your husband or wife is whooping your ass or something like that, you need an order of protection. That's something different. But when you're talking about social media online, bro, I'm not seeing it. Give me a break. All right, so it says here, just to wrap this up, anytime you hire a minority of any kind, you have to be prepared to protect them. In the real world, we are not protected. So, just because you put us on a fancy Hollywood set with the hair and makeup and you assume we're safe, we're not safe. Who is safe? She says she saw her white co-stars treated differently than she was. I mean, the waterworks just continue. This chick is just crying all over the place. Like I said, how many seasons is this show into? Why is all of this coming out now? Go seek help, woman. I'm not saying she's not going through these things. I'm just saying I think it's just a little bit extra. It's a little bit ridiculous that you expect everybody to protect every so-called minority everywhere we go. Just hold my hand, get on some Hootie and the Blowfish type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna love you the best that I can. Yeah. But listen, guys, I have fun with this, but this type of thinking is dangerous. It really, really is. I don't like where this is going, and that's the reason why I wanted to highlight this, because everybody else, they know that there's risk involved in life. You cannot be protected from everything, especially once you grow up. You know what I mean? But when you want special treatment, then what you're saying basically is that you are special needs. All right. And if that's the way you want people to perceive you and to look at you, I feel very, very sorry for you. But that's what's going on with Candice Patton, guys. And I just wanted to point that out. I'm not trying to be insensitive or anything, but god damn it, man. Big girls don't cry. It's like, stop it. Just live, grow up, do what you got to do, cope. Anyway, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. As always, you can like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for listening, guys. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.